Hey there, Lord of Tunes here, and today I'm going to show you my Triple D deck, or as I call it, the Different Dimension deck. Really, it's going to be another 40 card deck, and it's going to consist of light or dark creatures again. But we'll get back to our dark creatures for now. We'll start off with our light creatures. First, we're going to want to add a light pulsar dragon, good monster for banishing creatures, and very strong dragon creature. Sorry if I cannot pronounce this. Air Knight Passar. Paras, some weird angel knight, dude. I'll put him to the side, you're going to see why. The Immortal of Thunder, he's a flip monster. What you do with him is you put him down like in flip defense position. There we go. And when you flip summon him, you'll gain 3,000 life points. That's a lot of life points. Problem though is, if he's destroyed after he's been flipped, you lose 5,000. I found a way to counter that, and I'm going to set him to the side too. You're going to want a Magician of Faith. I added 2 in here for good conscience for other spell cards. What you do first, another flip monster. You flip, you get to add a spell card to your deck. From your graveyard back to your hand, there's another Magician. A DDM, or the Different Dimension Master. Do with him is, you're going to be banishing a lot of cards in this deck, so he's always helpful. Discard a spell card, and you're allowed to bring back a banished monster that you own. So that's pretty good. 2 DD Warrior Ladies, Different Dimension Warrior Ladies, as I might add. What you do with her, when a monster battles her, after damage calculation, you could send her and that creature to banishment, or Chaos Zone. So that's pretty good against some strong creatures. There's the other one. Ceremonial Bell, no defense, has some pretty good defense. And this is to keep an eye on your opponent's hand. Each turn you have to show your hand along with his. And a Dimensional Alchemist. Help you banish some of your monsters and all that, and get my monsters back. Excuse me. Alright, next we're going to start off with our dark. Now we're going to do our dark creatures. What you do, alright, so the main creature in your deck is a Chaos Sorcerer. I added 2 in here for safety, for better ability power and power. What you do with him is you banish a light or dark monster from your graveyard, ring. That's why I do these decks. Has high attack power, and each turn he can banish a creature. I found a way that you can... here's Air Knight's counterpart, the Misfit, the Infernal General. Myron, the Fallen One. What you do with her is... Don't even play her, just discard her into your graveyard. What you do with her is just send her to the graveyard, and each turn you'll get 200 life points back. So that's pretty good. You're going to see why later. A Karibo for negated attacking, like Karibos. Destiny Hero Doomlord. He's like a cheaper version of Chaos Sorcerer, so he's pretty good. Mask of Darkness, flip effect, allows you to grab a trap card instead of spell card, the opposite of Magician of Faith, another Chaos Sorcerer. A Dark Arm Dragon, some strongness, and he'll help you, and he's good for destroying cards, a good card destroyer with those dark creatures. Lesser Fiend, he's like that card Dimensional Fissure, and really what its effect is, excuse me, whenever monsters are destroyed by battle, they are sent to banishment. And a Witch of Black Forest. Pretty good. That'll help you get Light Pulsar out and all that, so good stuff. Okay, next we're going to start off. Now we're going to do our spell cards. And since this deck is different dimension stuff, you're going to see I added some of these cards in here. You're going to want a DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. Chain Energy. This card is so much fun. The people I play with, they hate this card. Literally what this card is I call that a payment card. What you do with that is, whenever you play cards from your hand, your opponent must pay you and your opponent. Whenever you play cards from your hand, you have either... let me just read what it says. As long as this card remains face up on the field, both you and your opponent must pay 500 life points per card to play or set from their hands. So if your opponents like to play down a lot of spells or traps, booyah, he's losing a lot of life points right there. I'm going to show you a cool thing. Your field card, Chaos Zone, that'll help you with Chaos Sorcerer. A Monster Reincarnation. This is helpful just because you can't bring back Chaos Sorcerer from the graveyard. You gotta special summon him from your hand. So this is why I added that in there. Toll is another payment card, except this one makes you pay to attack. So in case you have someone who likes to attack you a lot, there you go. Chain Energy and Toll, booyah. While they're losing 1,000, that one's a Miracle Dig. When you have 5 or more banished creatures, you can put 3 back in your graveyard. That's pretty good for DD Warrior Lady. Soul Release. Up to 5 cards in anybody's graveyard can go. Soul Absorption. This is probably a good card in your deck. Every time a card is banished, you gain 500 life points. So with Chaos Sorcerer and Soul Release, you're getting a lot of life points back, along with Myrna. That's why you're going to want that card, just because that's for your payment cards, and a different dimension capsule to get any card. I like that card. So, next we're going to start with our trap card. Now we're going to finally trap cards. Normally I do 4,000 life point matches just to keep the game going faster. So I added a minor goblin official. Whenever your opponent has 3,000 or less life points, he loses 500 each turn now. So when he's below 3,000, you have this out, don't even bother to attack him anymore. Because you're going to have a toll out. You'll probably have toll, chain energy. These three right here, unbeatable combination. Opponent can't do any cards. He's losing 500 each turn. And anytime he tries to attack, booyah. He's losing a lot of life points. And before I keep going on with the trap cards, chain energy, this is probably a crucial card. My friends will always go for that. That's why I added 2 Magicians of Faith. That, just in case you know, if they destroy, I got a Magician ready, and the other one could grab you any other things unless they destroy this again. So that's why I added 2 of them in here. That way you can get either back that capsule you saw, like this, the soul absorption, all that good stuff, all the good stuff. So, let's continue now with the trap cards. Alright, so you've seen the Minor Goblin Fish. Solemn Wishes, good card. You're going to want this when you're doing payment cards. When you play this, every time you draw a card or cards, you'll gain 500 life points. 2 Dust Tornadoes, protect those payment cards or soul absorption. You'll see another one soon. Bottomless Trap Hole, that's good for finding those tough monsters your opponent's going to be trying to summon. Banishes him. This is perfect with Grave Robber's Retribution. Sorry, you couldn't see that. What you do with this is for every monster your opponent has that's banished, he'll lose 500. He'll lose 100 each turn. That with Chaos Sorcerer, who could banish a creature each turn, you just keep banishing your opponent's monsters each turn. Then he's losing each of your next turn. Then he's losing 100 for each of those banished creatures. So perfect strategy then. That way, this deck is supposed to not hurt you, but hurt your opponent very, very badly, that he can't do anything anymore. Because I've been able to stop my friends with chain energies. That way they can't throw on, like, you know, the scrap iron scarecrows, which I hate a lot. Alright, now you're going to want to escape from the dark dimension in case your Chaos Sorcerer is banished. Interdimensional transport, protect those Chaos Sorcerers. Protect one of them at least from, like, dark holes, lightning vortex. Robin Goblin. This goes well with these two guys. Misfit, these both have piercing battle damage. So if if they hit your opponent, Robin Goblin makes them discard a card. His ability though is when he hits you, the opponent's life points, you're allowed to draw an extra card. So that with, give me a moment. Solemn Wishes, hey look, I'm getting 500 extra now. Misfit has the opposite where he'll make you discard a card. So with Robin Goblin out, hey look, 2 cards are going bye-bye. He's losing all those good cards out of his hand. But that means you're slapping that chain energy, but who cares? Now here's the way to counter that Immortal Thunder card, who gives you that 3,000 life points. Sorry I can't say that well, compulsory evacuation device. Set him face down, flip him, have that ready though. Flip, boom. You gain that 3,000, you don't lose that, you'll gain that 3,000 and won't lose the 5,000. Perfect strategy. You'll get to use it twice, and then of course, right after that, chuck him. Use it for a Chaos Sorcerer summon then. Perfect strategy, good strategy, right then and there. And finally, the Dust Tornado. Well, I hope you will like this deck. I like this deck so much. Really, you're messing with your opponents. All that. Your main 2 creatures, though, most powerful creatures, are probably these 2. They're good for this deck. Banishment. Remember, light, dark. Don't with anything. This is my idea. Deck is fun. It messes with people. I just love it. It beats my dragon deck. I bet it could beat my dragon deck. So, this is Lord of Toons going to be signing off, and good night.